much as that is important for Pinterest, let's remember, Pinterest is also a social media platform. The beauty of Pinterest is that it's a combination of a social media platform with a search engine platform. And what does that mean for us? That means that Pinterest gives you the ability to go viral. And that also means that you get to follow and be followed. So let's dive a little bit more into that. Why should you follow others? So you should follow others first for content ideas. Again, there are never too many content ideas because Pinterest wants to see more and more content, as we talked about. So the more ideas you have, sometimes it's hard to stay on top of everything that you could talk about with things that are relevant to your audience. And keyword research absolutely helps, but following other people that are relevant in this niche definitely helps as well. And then that leads us to point number 2, which is staying up to date in your niche. Following influential people in your niche would absolutely help you stay up to date with everything that is going on in your category. And then last but not least is relevancy. So a lot of people find these relevant people, influential accounts on Pinterest in your category, and they're interested in categories similar to theirs. They see who follows who are they following, who also follows them, and then they find your account. So that's also another way to stay relevant and to put your name out there in front of your target audience and people who are interested in that type of content. So with that being said, who should you follow? So you should find influencers in your category by using Pinterest search box. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that very soon. You should also go to your followers, people who are already interested in your content, and see who else are they following. So let's go ahead and go to Pinterest, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. First, I'm here on our home feed. I would go ahead and type something like, as I usually do, like travel, because I'm interested in this category. So I go ahead and press enter, and then instead of all pins, I'll go ahead and click the arrow and then click on people. And now Pinterest is going to show me accounts that are relevant to this category, to this keyword that I input. And what I'm looking for is, yes, the number of followers is important to kind of see their influence, but I'm looking for a number of boards too, because that shows me how engaged and how on top of their Pinterest game, let's say, they are. So for example, here I see 163 boards. That is really amazing. That shows that this person is definitely engaged in creating a lot of content. So I would go ahead and I'm going to open that in a new tab and look at them later. There are accounts that even if they have the red check mark, meaning that they are a legitimate account, Pinterest has already checked them and validated them, sometimes you see they're not that engaged. You know, even if they had lots and lots of followers, you see that they only have 7 boards. So, I mean, they might share really, really good content, but I would assume, and obviously I can open and see it for myself, but I would assume they're not as engaged. They're not creating as much content as other accounts. And again, we only have so much room on our home feed to get this relevant content for us, which is what we're looking for. It's one of the reasons why we would follow people. So we want to go to people that are highly relevant for us and for our niche. So for example, I can also go, for example, this one, it looks like they have a lot of followers, Travel Texas. That is a little bit too niche for us in terms of following right now. So we can go even more specific. For example, let's say I want to do digital nomads. That means that you're traveling and you're working online at the same time. So we're definitely interested in seeing what kinds of content other digital nomads are putting on Pinterest. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and open this one. Again, I see them as a couple, some that are a couple, so I'm interested in what kind of content they're creating. So let's go ahead and see our 2 results that we opened so far. So this one, you can go ahead and scroll down and see all the types of content that this person is creating. So for example, best neighborhoods in London. Something I love staying in Airbnb. So this would definitely be relevant for us, something that we might actually, type of content that we might actually be creating in the future. Or South of France. So I can see that this person, at least their latest pins, they being in Europe a lot, and it's definitely a place that's something I'm interested in going and ultimately interested in creating content around. So I would definitely give this person a follow. And again, when you click follow, you're automatically following all of their boards. You could go ahead and see, if you wanted, just specifically their boards and see which ones you want to follow. And let's go ahead and see the other account that we opened, the digital nomad account. And again, I'm going to scroll down and see if at least their latest pins are relevant to us. So 10 things every traveler needs for every single trip. So we're super interested in this. As we're on the road all the time, we'd definitely be interested in knowing about this and potentially creating content around that as well. So guide to climbing Mount Fuji. We also love hiking. So I'm definitely interested in this account. They are definitely what I would consider influencers in this space on Pinterest. So I'm going to go ahead and follow them. And lastly, let's see how to find people to follow through your own followers. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our profile page. And again, this is a new account. So I actually, in order to show you guys this, I had to go to my personal account and follow our account and show you guys how this would work. But you would come here to community, and then here you would see everyone that follows you and everyone that you follow. And you see I just follow these 2 accounts. So I'm going to go ahead and to our one and only follower, which is actually myself. I would go ahead and click on the account, and then once I'm here and I can see this person's account, I will go to following. So this account, which is me, is following 145 different accounts. So I would click here, and from here I would see all of these different people that might actually be in the space. That's funny, that's actually my personal account. So I actually graduated in architecture, interior design. So that's the majority of influencers that I follow is in that niche. But anyway, so this is the way that you would find other people. Let's go back and talk about now how to be followed, who you should follow and why. So why should you get followers? Why is that important? So we just touched on this on our last video, and Pinterest shows your pins first to your followers. And again, remember, engagement in the first 48 hours will determine your pin distribution. And another reason why you should get followers is obviously to increase your influence. And even though the number of followers might be a vanity metric, it does tell people that you have influence in your niche and in your category, and that people are interested in seeing your content. So that could, for example, help you land collaborations. So that's definitely another important reason for you to get followers. So with that being said, who do you want as a follower? So this is really important. So if it's true that Pinterest shows your pin to your followers first, and you want engagement and you want to create feedback on your pins, you definitely want to get fanatic followers. It's better to have fewer fanatic followers than several disengaged followers. Remember this. And that's why I said that number of followers sometimes it's a vanity metric, is because number of followers does not necessarily mean engagement. But still, you want to find fanatic followers, and I'm going to tell you how you can go about that. So how to get followers. So first, you can get followers from your other social media platforms. So if someone's interested enough to follow you in other social media platforms like Instagram or YouTube, I would assume they would be interested in the content that you're sharing in your Pinterest as well. So you definitely want to announce and advertise your Pinterest account on your other social media platforms. And you could even create, for example, a Pinterest contest. So in your other social media platforms, you could say, hey, I'm trying to get followers to my Pinterest account. If I get to 1,000 followers, I'm going to do this giveaway, or I'm going to get a one-on-one consultation. There are so many creative ways that you could increase your following utilizing your existing other social media platforms as well. And then also, how you get followers is by pinning popular and relevant content. So again, content is king. And if you are pinning or creating and repinning relevant content to your niche, you will automatically get followers. You'll see. It might take a little longer, but as you get consistent about pinning relevant content and repinning popular content, because again, they're only popular because they're relevant to your niche. So when you get into the habit of doing that, you will see the results into the number of followers, and that's how you get followers. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the Q&A below, and let's go ahead and get to the next